You're watching a Highwire Media podcast.
Hello, welcome to this special episode of the Cinema Gold Show, where we review the new film, The Roofman, directed by Derek Cianfrance, starring Channing Tatum, Kirsten Dunst. Before we dive deep into our review, give me your thoughts on this film in the comment section below. Were you a fan of it? Did you not like it? Did you hate it? Let me know how you would rate it. But with that, let's dive right in, shall we? As a fan of Channing Tatum and Steven Soderbergh's funny heist flick Logan Lucky and director Derek Cianfrance's multi-generational crime drama The Place Beyond the Pines, I was more than ready for a light-hearted crime romp from the pair about a fugitive hiding out in a Toys R Us. Unfortunately, that enthusiasm seems to have been misplaced. Let me say this out front. Roofman isn't a bad movie. If you're reading this because you like Channing Tatum, either as Gambit or Magic Mike, Roofman won't have you gushing to your friends, but it's more than adequate for an impulsive, lazy weekend watch because it's trending on some streaming service. Based on a true story, the film follows Tatum's Jeffrey Manchester, a down on his luck veteran who can't quite figure out how to earn enough money to provide for his family. After politely robbing 42 McDonald's, and to think not a single hamburger joke, Jeffrey is ultimately arrested and jailed. He subsequently escapes from prison and evades capture by hiding out in a Toys R Us, all the while falling in love with a recently divorced employee at the store, who's also a mother of two. And I gotta say this before I move on. Their recreation of a Toys R Us is like perfect. Like it's literally when they show it, I remember walking in the toy store in Toys R Us, seeing Jeffrey the giraffe all around the store, and then all the toys that were from that era sitting on the shelves. But anyways, best part about this movie is the cast. Tatum's Jeffrey, who goes by his fugitive alias Jack for most of the movie, is effortlessly charming, whether he's politely forcing some McDonald's employees into a freezer or making all the women crush on him at a church's singles brunch. He comes off as the most wholesome and lovable violent criminal, maybe ever. He's so soft, Lisa Simpson could find him sharing a cover with Corey on the latest issue of Non-Threatening Boys magazine. Tatum does a great job of really making you feel for him when he's cut off from his daughter while in prison. And you really root for him as he tries to build a new life with Leah and her daughters while also evading cops. Kirsten Dunst also delights as the other half of this romance. The actress knows how to play a relatable, struggling mom, and the ex Mary Jane is no stranger to being the love interest. But it's her charisma that really carries her performance, because the script doesn't leave her character much room to do anything really surprising. She convincingly plays the unimpeachable moral compass, goes to church, runs the church's toy drive, tries to raise her daughters without a partner. She's an easy character to empathize with. You want her to find happiness, and watching her slowly fall in love with Tatum's Jack is easy to watch. The film is also buoyed by a ton of great supporting performances. Peter Dinklage plays the manager of the Toys R Us and is also the film's heel. He's indifferent to his employees' personal needs and doesn't hesitate to fat shame an employee if he thinks they're the reason so many M&Ms are going missing. But Dinklage isn't the only actor delivering a better performance. Better performance in this film would merit. Ben Mendelsohn, Lakeith Stanfield, Juno Temple all leave way more of an impact than their limited screen time would suggest. It's a credit to Cianfrance that he got excellent performances from everyone in front of the camera. It's also fortunate because they do an admirable job making up for all the film's shortcomings behind the camera. If I wanted to be kind, I'd say this is an elevated Hallmark movie. If I wanted to be curt, I'd call Cianfrance's screenplay and camera work rote. Roofman's middling screenplay is one of the big reasons this movie falls short. It's kind of like the McDonald's quarter pounder of burgers. All the ingredients are there, the bun, meat, cheese, but none of the flair of the Big Mac. It does nothing special, and there are no curveballs. If you've seen more than 5 lighthearted crime movies in your life, you kind of know where this story is going. What's worse is that the cinematography and editing is so by the book that it feels invisible in a bad way. There are some fun um excuse me. Some fun montages of Jack playing around in the toy store, killing time, but this is a crime film featuring robberies and a prison escape. Those scenes should be thrilling, but if they were, my pulse wasn't aware. That's unfortunate. I know that Cianfrance is capable of delivering tense action scenes. The bank robbery scenes in The Place Beyond the Pines are kinetic and exhilarating, especially when things go wrong. In Roofman, they're just a procedure that needs to happen quickly so we can get back to a charming two-shot of Tatum and Dunst. I understand Roofman isn't trying to be a crime movie like The Places Beyond the Pines, but its action scenes would have benefited heavily from a bit of surprise and some subversion of the outcomes it clearly telegraphs. I was never fully bored during this movie, but I wish it provided me with a bit more of the thrill that usually comes from vicariously watching someone living on the other side of the law. So, our verdict: Roofman's excellent performances are hampered by a middling script that's executed with minimal visual flair or excitement. If the trailer spoke to you, you probably won't be disappointed by the final product. But unfortunately, you've already seen all the movie's best moments. They made for a great trailer. So, with this film, I'm going to rate it a 6 out of 10. It's not the worst thing I've seen this year, it's not the best. And of course, I'm going to leave you with this question. In the comments below, let me know what your favorite Channing Tatum role is. Is it Tyler Gage in Step Up, Duke in G.I. Joe, Greg Janko in 21 Jump Street, Magic Mike in Magic Mike, Gambit in Deadpool and Wolverine, or is it another one you like? Let me know in the comments. And with that, as always, you can support the channel by buying us coffee at buymeacoffee.com/cinemagold. And of course, if you're a fan of this show, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification button, be notified of future videos, and give us a thumbs up. As always, thank you so much for watching and listening. We'll see you next time.